Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome back to the Village Transformation Project, where last time we built the armorer, finishing up the houses all the way around the oasis. And today, I want to really put this place on the map by building the Cartographer's house, so grab your snacks and drinks and prepare yourself for a big episode, maybe even like and subscribe, or whatever other YouTuber thing I'm supposed to say. But without any further ado, let's just get right into the video. All right, it is good to be back, ladies and gentlemen, and as the sun starts to set here over our lovely oasis we've been building over the past few episodes, I want to show you guys exactly where I want to put the Cartographer's house. And we'll get a great view of it over here from the fishing boat. How's our fisherman doing? Yeah, that's right, my dude over here is having the best of times doing some fishing, but my idea is that we're gonna put the Cartographer's house right here on the beach across from the fisherman. The reason for this makes sense to me. I feel like the Cartographer would be someone that goes out on a lot of adventures to map out the shores of the land, so we'll probably give him a docked boat and some kind of stables for a horse. And today, before we do any kind of time-lapse, I'd like to actually build up the house first. The reason for that is that I kind of want to spiff up the beach more, add more palm trees, that kind of thing, but I don't really want to do it right where I put the house, so I think building the house first is going to be our best bet. So taking a look at what the vanilla Cartographer's house looks like, it's really not that inspiring a design. It really is one of the most basic houses I've ever seen, so we're going to have to spiff it up drastically. And so I've done it again, good folks. I've started another shulker monster over here, and I think we can just start mapping out where we want the house. And I actually think I want it pretty close by the water. Okay, I have my shape. We're gonna go pretty basic with this one. Just a big rectangular box with a little section sticking out like this. And I raised it up by 1 to have it all level where it comes down over here, because we're gonna have the dock 1 block higher than this sand, just the same way we did over— Hold on, buddy. Are you stuck in that boat? You are free! I swear, if you leave a boat hanging around for any reason, you're gonna have these guys trapped in them. Now, where to start? I think I actually want to make everything that's gonna be an extension on the ground level first. So let's build a giant box the way we normally do. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna have 3 blocks of stone, and then we're just gonna box everything in with this spruce. Okay, the base is in, and the more I think about it, I think it would actually be the most productive thing to build the docks first. So we're just going to use the exact same design we used over by the fisherman. And so what that means in practice is we just have to bring a lot of these wooden logs out. And then we just have to alternate with some slabs and strip them down. So I'm going to do a lot of the work here, and I will see you guys right as it's done. The docks are in, and I think this is going to make it a little bit easier to build the rest of the house. Now, for the ends of the building here, I want to do something a little bit different than what we've been doing over here. Pretty similar, but still not quite the same. And I want to use a special kind of window that I've used in Ventia quite a lot, but not utilized in the town here. And I feel it could look pretty good, so I'm going to try it. And so once again, we're going to make the main wall out of the unstripped spruce here, and I want to do something kind of clever with the windows. Here is my master plan, guys. We're going to go with gray glass panes, and then we're going to use fences just to section off the darker spruce. And then with these empty spots right here, we can just add ourselves some flower pots, or flopos as I like to call them. I definitely don't call them that, and nobody should. Forget what I said. Then finally, what we're going to do once we've made our spruce A-frame here is that we're going to alternate between the unstripped spruce and some stripped jungle logs, and the final result should be pretty good. Oh yeah, that's looking tasty. I mean, it kind of does look like chocolate, to be honest. Next up, we're going to need an entrance here for some kind of boathouse on the inside. And so I'm just going to place a slab here and then do some magic spruce trapdoor and door things. I think that should be sufficient. You know, I even think we should put some kind of awning right here. And since I think red and yellow have been looking really good together in the area, we'll try that out. I think that's looking gorgeous. So next up, what needs to happen is I need to build these faces on 2 of the other sides. And so we're just going to get some of the framework in here, and I'll be back with you guys for some more details. Okay, some of our framework is in here, and over on this side, since we've got such a nice view of the ocean over here, I wanted to add some kind of deck. So we're probably going to have some kind of staircase coming up here onto a pretty large deck, which is why I didn't put any windows in here, because we're going to want a door instead. But coming over this way, I want to make a small stables on this side. And so I think the plan is going to be as follows. We're gonna put some support pillars in, and then I think we want to get some more of these stairs in here facing each other. And we're just gonna have this sloping down just like that. And since we're gonna put a brick roof on this thing, we'll just fill all this in with brick slabs. That should look pretty decent. And as for the bottom here, I think we'll just put in some cobblestone walls, and then we'll add ourselves some spruce fence gates. I don't know why it does this weird thing where the middle fence gate is higher, but I think I kind of like it, to be honest. Yep, we're going andesite instead. Okay, so I made a little bit of an entrance for the horse here, and we're gonna have to decide how much space we want inside the stables, and I think just 3 blocks is gonna be fine. Now that we have wall, floor, and ceiling, we need to decide what to do with these walls right here. I think we can add a window here, why not? Put in a fence like so, and I think this is gonna be a good area for our water trough, and we'll just put a shelf up top. And I think we'll just put some hay bales up here. The next step in the equation is, of course, to add a horse, so we're gonna go get this guy if we can grab him. Come on, buddy, you're gonna get a new home. Easy does it. Is he gonna be able to fit through? Excellent. Very nice. Now we've got a mini horse stables. This way our cartographer can go around the world and explore. Now, next up, we've got this side, and I said I wanted to make some kind of deck here, so that's what we're gonna do. And so I think we need to change these out so we can bring out another beam here. And we'll just create this little box, make sure to put the ends on here, and then we'll strip it all down. And I'll just make sure the bottom looks clean here. And I'm thinking we can maybe put something under here, maybe a cart that's not in use. But first we need a way to get up here, so let me get a staircase in. And so here I'm thinking we'll just do alternating spruce and stripped spruce, and then we can just put some dark oak fences down here to top it off. And now that we know how much space we're gonna have here, I think we can build our cart. And in the last episode, I built this little cart over here with our horsey dragging it, and so if we use a similar design, I think that'll work out well. And so the cart is in. I guess we can put some hay bales on here as well that are gonna be shipped away, and we'll put a lantern here just so that mobs don't spawn. Okay, now for the top portion here, we are gonna need a door, of course. And since I'm using the unstripped spruce, I think we'll use a dark oak door for this one. Et voila. Now for the railing, I think I want to do every other one a fence like this, and then every other one a fence gate. And then we'll bring this up 3 and connect it over to the wall. This way we have kind of a frame like this, and the plan is to cover this terrace so that they can get some shade. So I think what I'm going to do is just use the red and yellow once again. And so we're going to have to use some string just so we can place this stuff on top. And I do think that looks pretty awesome, to be honest. And I don't think the string is too bad from down here, but just to decorate this a little bit more, we'll add lanterns to every single one of these. And I think I want to add a table, and just to make the stairs stick out, we'll use some oak stairs, and we can add a little flower pot. I think that's a perfect entrance right here. And that actually covers it for that whole side, so that's pretty awesome. And before we start on the next side, I think I want to tackle the front here. Let's get the roof in. So I'm going to get together some brick stairs and get to work. Okay, so there are a ton of details that I want to add to the roof here, but I think we got to get the walls in first. So for the walls on this side, I want to continue on this trend that we've been using over here and use the Ventia windows. And so first off, I'm just going to alternate some stripped and unstripped spruce logs. Then we got to knock out these stripped ones where we're going to put the windows. Using upside down stairs like this for windows, I think adds a bit more depth. I think it looks good. And then we got to grab our fences and do the same thing that we did over there. And finally, we'll just add all of our flower boxes, this time with pink tulips. And for this one, I'm gonna wrap signs all the way around. Wrapping signs sounds like you're making rap music out of sign language, which I really want to see. Definitely let me know in the comments if that exists, but this is what it's looking like, guys. I think it looks really, really good. I think I want to add another little A-frame up there, though. And so I'm gonna make this nice and simple and just go right in the middle. And luckily, this actually connects up perfectly to here, so that's awesome. Getting dark, so I gotta be quick, so I'll just put that in. We got our window, and I think I want to connect up some fences right here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's looking really awesome. I mean, I still think we gotta add some height to this thing, so we'll see about that, but for now, let's tackle the backside. And I don't think I want to do anything too exciting here for the backside, so I'm just gonna show you guys exactly what I do right now. But for the backside, I kept it pretty flat. I did add myself a chimney and a balcony that's going to have such an awesome view of the castle once we build that in a few episodes. But I left myself a lot of wall space and didn't add too many windows just to give myself some more space for detail on the interior. I think that's looking pretty clean, not too fancy, but there is something I really want to add to this house. Something that's going to make it stick out, and that is some kind of tower up on the roof here. And so I'm going to clear out a 5x5 space for us right here. And what I think I want to do is alternate stone bricks and these polished andesite bricks. And I'll use this as a border, and then we'll fill all the rest in with andesite like this. And I think I want to bring it up about this tall. I think that should stick up quite a bit. And once we got this filled in, I want to put some windows on the side here as well before we do anything else. And so for these, I'm going to go with the classic upside down stair and open fence gate. Then we're going to do a flower pot with some signs around it like this. And to top it off, we can even do a top shutter just like that. I think that should look pretty good. I think that's looking pretty awesome. And now we got to worry about the top of the tower here. And I don't really want to do the same thing that we've been doing all over town with just these pointy roofs. Since this one's so close to the ocean here and the cartographer would probably want to see all the ships coming through, I want to build more of a classic castle tower. Think the rook in a chess set. And so I'm going to extend this out with spruce here, but then I think I want to do the details in dark oak planks and some jungle just to match what we've been doing downstairs. In fact, here's the plan. I want to go full planks every other one, and we'll do half a plank just so that you could maybe shoot an arrow underneath here. And then on every other one, we'll bring up a stair like this. And then for the final details, I think we want to do some jungle trapdoors here on the outside just to get that alternating jungle and dark oak look. Hopefully this should match what we've been doing under the A-frames. I gotta say, it's looking really tidy, and it does match what we did down here to use these jungle trapdoors. I think it looks awesome, guys. Let's maybe get the flag in as well. Alrighty, I think that's looking pretty majestic, and in fact, I've gone ahead and decorated the entire interior, but before we check that out, I've got myself some empty maps here. And so what I plan to do is to place down the cartography table so that we can get a cartographer villager, and I want to map this place out. So if we're unlucky, it's gonna be on a super huge grid. First map, here we go. Yep, it's probably going to take me 9 full maps to map this full thing out. So if we leave this one, we can probably get most of the village on this map right here. And as soon as we're off the map here out in the ocean, we'll do another one. Hey, we even got the boat. Now, I have completed the map, and I've in fact actually already installed it inside the cartographer's house, so I think it's time we take a look at the full tour. And the first part I built was right here, the storage space for the boat. So I built a little oak boat, and there's just a ton of storage, a little crafting area right here, and I was thinking maybe this is the rolled up sail that's up on a shelf, but I think this came out pretty cool. Any house by the ocean, of course, needs some storage like that, but if we come up here, we've got the main entrance. It also functions as the kitchen. I think that makes sense because we've got the dining area out here, so I didn't have to put a dining area indoors, which is, you know, big ups. And if we come over to the right here, we have the office of the cartographer, and this is where I've put the map. I think it looks super awesome with all those fields. We got the stonemasons over there. It's gonna look so amazing once we have the giant castle. But this isn't it for the bottom floor here. In fact, we have the master bedroom over here where I just added a bunch of plants, a big bed. Maybe this is a sheepskin, kind of what it's supposed to be. And in here, we've got a really great view of the oasis. Overall, I'm just very happy with the efficient use of space here. The fact that we fit in the fireplace underneath the stairs. Personally, I feel that staircases can be one of the trickiest things to fit into your interior builds. But since we had this space without a bunch of windows, it was really easy to fit it in here. And so up here, we just have another little office. We have a map that I actually took from Ventia. So I just went over there and made a copy of this map, and I think it looks really cool to have up here. A cartographer should be well traveled, you know what I mean? It sort of comes with the territory. But for the rest of the upstairs here, we have this door that leads over to the right onto the little balcony that's going to be viewing the castle. And in fact, if we crank up our render distance like a lot. Just let it load in. We can in fact see all the way to Ventia here, and it's going to be obscured by a big castle pretty soon, but for now, it's a pretty sweet view. But just so that you guys don't have to enjoy 30 FPS, we'll put this back down to 25. Anyway, coming back in, we've got the tower here, and I didn't really know what to put at the bottom here, so we just put some shelving, some paintings in here, but if we come up, we actually have another bedroom. I like the idea so much of the bedroom up in the tower in the armorer's house that I kind of just did it again, made this cramped little bedroom here. It's got a nice nice view of the ocean. We can see the fishermen in the boat over there. And honestly, I really love the idea of bedrooms up in a tower like this. But then we, of course, have the way all the way up to the top. And I put some slabs here so we can't see through the slits anymore, but at least we can see above these stairs. It just gives us a little bit of a better view and we can see the entire oasis. I think this is a beautiful view. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not quite done with this one. I want to give the cartographer some kind of boat that's being docked here. I also want to spend some time decorating the beach here in a time lapse. But before we do any of that, I think we need to get a villager to be our cartographer. And you know what? The only reason this guy's here and has a job is because he's become a stonemason because of my stone cutter right there. But maybe if we plop him in a boat right here. This was actually way smoother than I thought. I thought we'd have to grab a guy from the breeder, but we can just drive this guy down here and hopefully he'll walk up the stairs and become a cartographer. Let's get him as close as we possibly can before we let him out. Okay, buddy, it's your time to shine. He's going for the cartography table. Let's see if he does it. Let's give him a push in the right direction here. And he took the job. Perfect. I had to look for this guy. There you are. Okay, so we can trade 7 emeralds for an empty map here, and now you're locked in. Now that we've got our guy and we've got our cartographer's house in order, we definitely need to do something about the beach around here. And I know what you guys are thinking. Antlerboy, how dare you insult the sacred institution of the intro time-lapse? And I mean, I fully understand the gravity of your question. I invented the intro time-lapse. But you know, the intro time-lapse doesn't just have to introduce the video. It's more versatile than that. In fact, this time we're going to introduce the finished build with the intro time-lapse. So without any further ado, roll that intro time-lapse. Oh yeah. And so the first thing I did to make the beach look better is adding another palm tree, and I had totally forgotten how annoying these things are to build. They take so much time. But the truth is they look really good and give off that tropical vibe that we're going for. And with that in mind, I of course had to add a bunch of greenery to the beaches using spruce and oak leaves and just spamming around some ferns, grass, dead bushes, that kind of thing. But for the final detail that I added here, I decided that the cartographer needs a boat to travel around and map out the borders of the land. And so I built pretty much the same boat that I did for the fishermen, except I swapped out the palette for dark oak, and I think it fits pretty well here because it doesn't obstruct the house too much, but it still gives a little bit more life to the docks. All right, here I am. The fisherman and I are just admiring what I've built right here. And I think putting that palm tree over there on the left and fixing up the beach really just frames in the house here nicely. And man, am I excited for the 2 remaining professions. All we have left, guys, are actually the librarian and the cleric. And for both of them, I have builds in mind that I'm really excited for. And then, of course, we have the castle. So we've got a lot of exciting stuff going on for the channel. We're also rapidly approaching episode 50, which is going to be the next world tour and download. So I hope you guys are excited for that. But ladies and gents, definitely let me know if you like this build down in the comments, and make sure to go check out my second channel, the first link down in the description, which is where I'm posting my edited down variety streams from over on Twitch. I just posted my first video over there, and so if you're interested in what I look like, then definitely check it out, and hey, maybe follow me on Twitch if you enjoy it. And as always, if you stayed all the way to the end of the video, then you're the champ, and I appreciate your existence. And until we see each other next time, have a good one.